What's up, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 218. Wunder took a bunch of stuff to the face, apparently, and now his eye doesn't work.
Yeah.
Too many cum shots, apparently.
Yeah, money shot for sure. No, we've been burning ditches, and I was even driving, too, in a cab, but I had the window down, and I turned my head to the left to yell at my coworker that was spraying water on the fire, and the wind is, of course, no matter where you're at, the wind always blows it towards you.
Yeah.
The smoke and shit, and so we were right up on the fire, and I turned my head to the left just in time for a hot ember to come up and over the bank and hit me right in the eyeball. So I had a pretty miserable night last night. Woke up with my eye all crusted shut this morning, and decided to call into work, and since I didn't sleep worth a shit, I decided to burn a sick day, and then decided I better go have a doctor check it out, make sure there's not something still in there. And there's like little bubbles on my eyeball that she's like, yeah, you definitely burned your eye a little bit. I'm like, great, am I gonna have to wear an eye patch for like a couple days? And she's like, no, I don't think it's severe enough to have to cover your eye or anything like that, but I'm definitely gonna give you a steroid eye drop to put in there for 4 times a day for 7 days, and then at night, every night, you have to put cream on it to, help keep it moisturized. And I'm like, oh, lovely.
Well, that's better than losing an eye.
Yep. So I got to fill out my first incident report.
Nice.
To send in to possible workman's comp.
Nice.
Yay.
If you would just wear some eye protection while you're burning, wouldn't be such an issue.
Well, usually, I always wear my sunglasses. But where I'm trying to see where I'm going and watch my waterman and give him directions and stuff, because he was, because of how the wind was blowing when he was spraying, it was misting water in through my window and on my mirror, and so I couldn't see, and so I had taken everything off so I could have the best opportunity to be able to see what's going on.
So he's just extra dumb.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to pull another coworker of mine and end up in the canal with a truck, so I guess if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
The consequences of his actions, because he's a dumb Dugan.
Yeah, but the good thing, we get to do our podcast earlier than normal.
I don't know if that is a good thing. I was working on YouTube videos.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Hey, you can go back to YouTube videos.
I don't know. Some idiot wants to play games. Oh, I guess we could probably just do another Escape the Backrooms episode or 2 or 3 or 4. Bro doesn't sound excited at all.
I'm tired.
It's because he's afraid of the back rooms.
I am. Fucking it freaks me out, damn it.
I know. Because he screams, and then the one night, I should probably go tell my mom that I'm not, like, dying. Yeah, if you hear me scream, yeah, I've heard you scream like a little bitch a couple of times now.
Yeah, my mom's kind of...
Shots fired.
She's kind of gangster.
Oh, she'd scream too if she could figure out how to look at the screen properly.
That's true. She plays games on her phone a lot.
Candy Crush is not a game.
No, she doesn't. Well, she kind of plays a type of. It's not really Candy Crush. It's like a different type of game like that. But she really likes like random gambling, like slot machine things with like fake money and stuff. She likes that stuff, and then yeah, she likes strategy games on her phone, I guess. I don't know.
The YouTube channel's starting to pop off a little bit. 3 videos in the last like week and a half have moved into like my top 10 most viewed all time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at you.
The amount of people. So I made that video talking about how Black Ops 3 is kind of dead in the water now because PlayStations are getting hacked the same way PCs were, where like people can just take over your console, which is terrifying. The amount of people who like this game's not dead. People are playing it all the time. It's like, you didn't watch the video, and they shouldn't be, based off of this information, you moron. Like, stop pretending you know what you're talking about when you didn't watch the video. I
Right?
don't mean the player count is 0. It probably should be now, but it's not.
Right? Yeah.
Dumbass. Ugh, ridiculous.
I prefer my PlayStation to not be hacked. Thank
That or people just being like, I've played it every day for the last 2 weeks and haven't had a problem. And I just keep responding with, yet. You haven't had a
Yeah,
problem
right.
yet.
you. Right.
You keep
Yeah.
tempting fate. Eventually, fate'll get you. That's just how it go. That's just how it go.
Mm.
Yeah. People are
Yeah.
ridiculous. I wish I had real things to talk about today, but I really, really don't.
Yeah.
Other than,
The
I
only
don't
thing
know,
I
I
re-
guess World War III's coming, but that's...
Oh yeah. Well, what better time than for Fallout to release
Yeah,
like it
right?
did?
I guess. Because,
Except
yeah,
I don't think we have any vaults.
because,
that
you know,
run.
we got people throwing bombs at each other.
That's normal.
Yeah, but I don't know. I made horrible comments about it yesterday, I guess, that I probably shouldn't make on the internet.
What's on the internet?
No.
Oh, well then you're fine.
Yeah, that's why I shouldn't make them on the internet.
Don't do it.
Not planning on it.
Good. Probably for the best.
Fallout 76 is weird.
Oh yeah, how'd that go? I
Yeah,
fell asleep.
meh.
Man,
I don't know,
It's meh,
man.
huh?
It
it's
doesn't feel like Fallout,
it doesn't. It really doesn't.
and I
That's what
don't like
pisses me off
that.
about it.
and I don't like that.
But you can go play Fallout 4 or New Vegas or anything like that.
Yeah, I never
That's-
played 3 or New Vegas, so I should probably
You should
go
They're-
3,
I
go
mean-
New Vegas, go 4.
Yeah, I would start in chronological order. That way you don't confuse yourself on like what monsters exist and don't exist. Because in each one, there seems to be like slightly different monsters
Sure.
and weapons, and the feel of the game feels slightly different.
Yeah. Apparently Fallout 76 was originally designed to be PvP, like PvP focused. But that part of the
Uh-oh.
game was mostly abandoned because everyone ended up being super nice and helpful to each other.
Huh.
Which I did kind of notice just from that one night of play and all the people popping in like, hey, let me give you stuff. Here, go do this thing. Here, go do this thing. It's like, whoa.
Right?
Based off
Yeah.
the rest of the Fallout community I see on the internet, I figured y'all would be assholes.
Yeah. Well, like honestly, you would think in like a post-apocalyptic type thing, like video game like that, it would be super douchey and super toxic. But honestly, like I think that's kind of how it really would be. Like, I feel like when you're at the bottom of the food chain, you become more helpful to each other. Like, if there ever was a situation like Fallout, you know?
See, and I
Like-
just don't think so because people would want to be douchey because they'd want power.
Well, but what are you really gonna rule? Like,
The wasteland, duh.
ooh, you rule dust and dirt and
That's what most
some
rulers
destroyed
do rule.
buildings. Well, it's what's under the dirt that they usually want, but that doesn't much matter too much after, you know, you're set back to the Stone Age, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, there's always going to be some douchey people, but I don't know.
So yesterday I got into an argument with Grayson because he's big dumb.
Oh yeah,
That's not news, but
that'll happen.
so did you see the Jets' new uniforms?
I did not.
So realistically, they're just like throwbacks, which is what Jets fans wanted. Shit, that's what like
Mhm.
Vikings fans want. Give us new uniforms that are just our throwbacks, but
Mhm.
like modernized. Right? I'm gonna send these to you on Twitter.
Oh boy. I did see that. Aren't teams allowed to have like a third helmet now?
Yep, third shell. So like the Vikings last year only had one helmet, even though their like throwback helmet had a different face mask. The shell rule is like, we can do anything we want with that purple shell when it comes to decals and face masks, but we can't do a different colored shell, right? So you can only do
Right.
3 different colors. Well, right now you can only do 2. They're expanding it to 3, which is cool. So yeah,
Well, the thing that annoyed me is I already seen that Buffalo was looking at going all blue helmets instead of all red.
yeah, no
and I'm
red, no
kinda
red for
upset
you,
about it.
no red for you. But yeah, the Jets' new uniforms, I think they look awesome. Grayson though is he quote tweeted it and he's like, they barely changed anything, which compared to what their uniforms were last, like their regular uniforms, they changed a lot. And he just goes, it's just their throwbacks now, but now in green and black. It's like, first, that's what everybody wanted. Second, that's a huge change, you fucking moron. And third, the Bears are boring and basic, and you don't complain about them. Well, the Bears are classic. Shut the fuck up. The only reason you like the Bears uniforms is because you're a Bears fan. That's it.
Right.
That's the only reason. Yeah. Nobody with a brain likes the Bears uniforms.
He's just got to shit all over everybody else's uniform to make himself feel bad about his shitty uniform.
And it's like, I get it. The Vikings don't have great uniforms. Are they the best in the NFC North? Yeah, but that's because there's not much competition with Bears, Packers, Lions. You can say all you want about, oh, but the classics. I don't give a fuck if it's classic or not. It's what looks better. That's why the Lions suck. They had the best looking uniforms in the division, and then they got rid of the black accent. That was a better uniform. Ridiculous. Yeah, we should be getting Broncos, Texans, and Lions uniforms this week, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And then next week is draft. I think, yeah, next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun to watch.
Will it?
What day does that land on?
Thursday.
Thursday?
I think.
Thursday?
Oh. I wish I got invited to the draft.
I wish we were doing the drafting for some teams.
Entry is free. Oh, you want to fly me to Detroit? So I can go to the draft?
Maybe.
I don't know what a ticket to Detroit costs. What does it cost to fly into Detroit?
Probably too much.
Probably.
But flying is expensive right now. Stupidly expensive.
I wouldn't know. I haven't looked into a flight in a while. I looked into a flight for the eclipse because I wanted to fly to somewhere that got an actual eclipse, not whatever we had here, 2% or whatever. But yeah, I think that's next Thursday, I believe. Now I want to look into flights. Yeah, Thursday, April 25th. Let's go to Travelocity.com. I'm going to fly in on the 25th, and sure, we'll fly out, I don't know, let's say that day. Done. I'm going to do this. What's it going to cost to go here to here from this day to yesterday? I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Leaving from Denver, that's where I am.
Self-burn. Those are common around here.
What happened? Who self-burned?
Having a conversation with my girlfriend over the phone, and she sent me this like necklace, and it's like a bunch of like she really likes those blue, like light blue, what do you call them, like opals or like
whatever that gem is called. Yeah, I don't know.
But Western cowgirls tend to wear them a lot, that blue color rock. And anyway, it's really big, and I was like that's really big. And she's like, but I want it. And I was like, I don't know, that seems like a lot. It seems really big. She's like, well, I like things big, and then sent me a winky face. I was like, well, what the heck you doing with me then?
Got him.
Yeah, self burn. Those are
pretty usual around here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so downtown Detroit at Campus Martius Park and Hart Plaza. Okay. So downtown Detroit. That's where I need the oof. 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 Da.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that bad. I'm not staying in that hotel, let me tell you, let me tell you. It's one of those, stupid, the doors are on the outside hotels. I refuse. Those are
Oh.
always just seedy as shit, and I refuse. Don't care. I refuse.
Mm.
That place just looks cool. But that's
You know what else is
just
cool?
what's
Toaster strudel.
I don't know if toaster strudel is cool. What kind of toaster strudel? Are you a bozo or are you a bozo?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? Okay, you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder knows sometimes some things.
He knows.
Oh, so on Saturday, I went to bed. My phone had an update.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah. So I woke up on Saturday morning, or Saturday mid afternoon, as I do,
Yeah.
because people like to keep judging me for this. I'm a content creator. If I started a stream at 7 a.m., no one would watch. Everybody's at work. My day can't begin until the middle of the afternoon, anyways.
Right.
And it can't end until the middle of the night, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up early to sit around and do nothing and then be tired when I actually have to do stuff doesn't make sense.
Right.
Waking up at 2 in the afternoon, while it does sound really dumb, is actually the correct path. You jackwagons. Uh-oh, Wonder's looking down.
Yeah.
What are you looking down at?
I'm telling her, naughty, do not buy those.
Why not?
Because they're $200.
So?
She doesn't have $200.
Maybe she does. You don't know.
Well,
Maybe she has your credit card and that's all she needs.
that's true. Never thought of that. She's had multiple times. She's had multiple times when she could have stole my credit card information.
There you go.
All right, all my money's gonna be going to her in the end anyway. So
No.
whatever. Just means I don't have to get her a birthday present or something.
That's so not how any of this works. It's cute that you think that's how it works.
That's not how this works. That's not how
Any of
this
this
works.
works. Yeah, no. It's not, though.
But anyway, the phone.
Right. Sorry. I've been trying to remember. I'm still trying to re-log into everything because so the update happened. I went and I woke up, grabbed my phone, and it was on when you're at the store and you look at like a new iPhone and it has like the home screen is just like grayed out and it's just like hello and then every different language's version of hello.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, whatever. It updated. And I swiped and nothing happened. I was like, oh, okay. And then my alarm started going off, but the screen never changed. So I couldn't turn it off. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Couldn't figure anything out. I kept getting notifications, but I couldn't see them. It was just stuck on this screen. So I called myself and it popped up with the number and gave me the little swipe thing. So I swiped to answer and nothing happened. The screen was just completely unresponsive. So I was like, okay, hold the power button, turn this bitch off. You have to slide the thing on the screen to power it off. It wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried just the regular, hard reset. Nothing. Wouldn't work. So I had to go plug it into a computer and make it force restart itself and force reset itself. So I lost everything, including a bunch of pictures, and I'm kind of mad about it. Luckily, I didn't have any videos going at the moment. I'm really glad I got the special that's coming out on Saturday done, because it wasn't done 2 days before that. I was like, oh, I picked a good time. Yeah, it just hard locked my phone, and I have no clue what the hell. It was rough.
This is why Samsung's better.
Samsungs do the same thing. It's shitty software update glitches. Yeah, it hasn't. It's never
my
done it
issue
to
I
me,
had,
so it's okay. Fucking moron.
but my issue I always had was they wouldn't update, which I would rather that because then you don't lose all your shit.
Actually, you wouldn't rather that because then your phone is just completely insecure and can just get hacked by any moron anytime, anywhere. And then, well, I didn't lose my shit. I just, somebody else got the password to my bank account and took all my money, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's how banks work.
How the hell they would get password off of my phone, but
Are you not logged into your bank on your phone?
No.
Oh.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
That's dumb. I definitely am.
For that specific reason.
Yeah, well, I have an iPhone, so I'm less afraid of it.
Right.
You're going to have to take my phone from me, and you ain't doing that, so...
Right.
Well, and I guess if you took my phone from me, I guess I'm probably dead, so I don't need that money anyways.
Right, that's true.
Remember, Wunder, when I die, I want you to build me my funeral pyre on the farm here. That's still what we call this place, even though it hasn't been a farm in 60 years. That's not important.
Hey, plant a bunch of trees and you can call it a tree farm.
Right now, it's a grass farm.
Everywhere
cheap grass, farm. But
yeah.
Actually, if you looked from above, it would look kind of like a car farm. We're just growing cars out here. Oh, yeah. But remember, build me my funeral pyre and just light me on fire. I will be buying the gold coins to go over my eyes at some point, and I'll tell you where I leave those.
Okay. I'll make sure you have your axe also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can't go to Valhalla without your...
Right.
Without your weapon.
Oh, dude, I saw one of those, like stories that people write on the internet that end up as like those posts on TikTok where you're watching the Minecraft parkour guy and then the stupid AI voice reading them to you. And it was like the guy who like ended up in Valhalla holding a spatula and he was very confused. And it's like, no, so the story's all dark as shit as the memories like slowly start to come back with Odin talking to him, and it's like, yeah, you were holding the spatula because you were the like not the lunch lady but the lunch man at a school, and a shooting happened and you locked all of the kids in the freezer to keep them safe, and you tried to attack the kid with the gun with the spatula, therefore you died with your weapon in your hand.
Valhalla.
Right. Which is just, it's such a fucked up story, but it's like, that's kind of dope. I like it.
It could have been one of those like industrial spatulas with like the serrated side on it.
Yeah.
Hit him in the neck with that.
There you go.
Hold on, give me 15 minutes to saw your neck in half here.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. So
maybe I'll cut your carotid artery.
There you go. So the WNBA draft happened yesterday. Caitlin Clark went first overall. Who's surprised?
I'm not surprised.
I can't wait though. All of the WNBA people that talked so much shit, I can't wait for her to just be like insanely good. I want her to bully all of the grown women, because the weird way everybody in the WNBA has shit talked her for no reason. Sorry, she has made women's basketball more popular than any of you guys ever could. Sorry about it. But I'm sorry. Caitlin Clark is just like, you look at her and, I feel like I was listening to Patrick Beverley. He played in the NBA, and he's like, it's just this thing that some players have where, originally when Steph Curry came out, nobody thought he was going to be Steph Curry. Shit, I didn't think he was going to be Steph Curry. We're in practice, though, one day, and he just keeps pulling up from, 35, 40 feet and just missing. And I'm like, Steph, Patrick Beverley's yelling at him like, Steph, you gotta drive, you gotta do something. And Steph's like, nah, that's my shot. And it's like, eventually he starts making that shot. And Caitlin's going to have to just be that and not let it hit. Just be Steph, which won't exactly work, but.
Well, and it's funny because people are like, well, it's because she didn't make the sport popular. The sport was already growing. It's like
No, it wasn't.
there was at one point where college basketball had more view than women's college basketball had more viewership than
It did
NBA.
all year this year.
Yeah,
Like, or not all
there's
year,
only
but like
there's
anytime
right,
she was on.
but there's only one thing that changed
Yeah.
over the years, and that's Caitlin Clark. So you
Yeah.
get kind of definitive answer here.
Caitlin Clark, and I still think Angel Reese adds to that because their little rivalry is fun.
Right.
Like, it's just enjoyable. They have a back and forth, which matters. You need
Right.
that. And you
Mhm.
need that in the sport. I can't name another rivalry between two female players ever. I can't actually
I can't
name
even
you
name
one.
another female player other than those two.
I definitely can, but I'm
I
a
can.
nerd.
I'm not a basketball fan really, but
Right.
I
But it's
did
like,
actually like. I don't think I've ever watched you know women's basketball game ever, other than my nieces.
right. Or like
On
when we
TV.
were in high school.
I've never ever seen a women's basketball game on TV
Right.
until this year.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, when we were in high school, we'd go because it's like, what are we gonna do? Go home? Or just go watch a
Right.
game? Whatever.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you just gotta be loud and obnoxious.
Mhm. Well, see, I always went to the games because we always had our games in the middle of the day. So you
Right.
got to skip class to go support the team. So
Yeah, that's true.
most times we got our ass kicked back then. But
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it was still better than being in class. So,
for sure. For sure.
and I know you were all about not being in that damn
Dude,
class thing, that's
sometimes
for
I
sure.
showed up to school just to go watch the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a rare occasion to see him at school. So
Yeah. And it was mostly not to be at school. It was for anything
Yeah.
else tangentially related.
every the once or twice a year when we had a field trip, he'd show up for those.
Oh yeah. We're going and doing something. I like to go do. That's
Right.
new. That's
Especially
different.
since it was free most of the time. So nowadays they got to pay for all their own shit and stupid. Schools won't pay for nothing. But yeah,
Yeah. Tough. Yeah, why? That doesn't make sense. So the WWE's being really weird. So the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship that Roman Reigns held, now that Cody beat him, and there's another title, and they're
Mhm.
leaving this as the one, they are changing the name. The Universal title no longer exists, but it's going to be the undisputed WWE Championship. But it is disputed because the World Heavyweight title exists. The only reason Roman's was undisputed is because he held two belts, and then they combined them into one and made a new belt for all of the secondary losers.
Mhm.
Roman's was undisputed. Like, actually. Cody's isn't. If you're renaming it, it should just be the WWE Championship. It's not undisputed. It's very much disputed. There's another title.
Right.
Like, and this wasn't a title that came about during his reign, so you have to be like, no, he is more important than this. Because Roman was undisputed because he was holding both belts originally. And then he started walking around with 3 belts, and that was incredible. And then the story is, nobody's confirmed or denied whether it's true, but then Bray Wyatt died. And apparently Roman gave the blue belt, which was the Universal Championship, that one, that Bray Wyatt debuted. The blue Universal Championship was Bray Wyatt's championship. He debuted it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently Roman gave that belt to Bray's family after Bray died, and that's why he stopped carrying all 3. Which is sweet, and I believe it, but it might not be true. They might have just been like, you need to only carry the one, which is so lame. There was so much more aura when he had 3 fucking title belts. And it made it really sad because he always did this thing where he'd hold both belts and like swing them while he was being announced. When he does that only with one, it loses something. It's not as cool. Loses a little aura. Just a little aura, though. Wonder doesn't know anything about Aura.
You and your WWE.
That has nothing. Aura has nothing to do with WWE.
No, I'm a Bills fan. How the hell would I have any aura?
Well, no, Aura's just like, the like you're able to just like look at a person in sports or whatever and just be like, oh, they're a star just based off of the look. But Josh Allen doesn't have aura. He just has bigger than you. That's what Josh Allen has. He's got bigger than you.
Yeah. Patty Mahomes though,
He's got aura.
he's got State Farm aura.
Yeah, I don't know. Damn, the last trailer for Avengers Endgame released 5 years ago.
Damn.
It's
Hey, God damn.
already been 5 years since the Endgame.
That's crazy to think about. Ugh,
What?
it's driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, if you don't take shots to the eye, you don't have to worry about being driven crazy.
Well, if you could just control yourself.
Sorry, man.
Control your aim a little better. Ugh.
I thought, okay, people were talking about cheating on Taylor Swift. She must have released a song about somebody else. I thought they were talking about Trav for a second. Like, dude, what the hell, man?
I don't know why I cannot fathom Travis Kelce cheating on Taylor Swift.
Right? Yeah, that would make.
How could you possibly do that?
Well, that, and he fought way too hard to make that a thing.
Right?
To just do that way.
Yeah, you don't just get anybody a friendship bracelet.
Well, that's not what I mean at all. But, well, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. That's terrifying. Wait, there's a PS5 Pro?
No.
Are you sure?
No. I think it's just clickbait.
Could be.
Ain't nobody out there would want a PS5 Pro.
Literally everybody would.
No.
I'd buy it tomorrow.
No.
What do you mean no? You know I
You
would.
got a PC. Why would you need a PS5 Pro?
Because PlayStation has exclusives. Also, where would I play my sports games?
You don't need sports.
I do.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I know everything.
You're not the three-eyed raven. Sorry, buddy.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Are you sure about that?
100% sure. You show too much emotion to be the three-eyed raven.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
At least I lie less than the three-eyed raven. I can't be lord of anything. Immediately becomes king? What? I thought you couldn't be lord of anything. Now you're lord of Westeros. I don't understand.
Well,
It's almost like once those two idiot writers didn't have any books to base their dumbassery off of, they didn't know how to make a story. And that's really rough. Because without George to tell them what to write, they didn't know what to do. And they couldn't even keep their stupid stories straight in the same episode.
So it's funny that, I had a conversation about Game of Thrones yesterday with our D&D buddy while we were at Applebee's after our volleyball game.
Oh, yeah. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? Got ya.
You know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we talked a lot about that, and he's like, season 8's got to be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, well, that seems like kind of a stretch, but it wasn't good. I agree with you, but
Wait, what?
uh,
Sorry.
on Game of Thrones,
Oh, he said it was the worst thing he's ever seen in his life?
yeah, that was his exact words.
Nah. The ending was rough, but it's not
Yeah.
the worst. I mean, it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there's an ending to something that has ever ruined a franchise for me the way that did.
Right.
Like, it's hard for me to watch Game of Thrones because I get so excited because it's so good and I just remember where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very
So
sad.
my girlfriend and I, she's never seen it, so we're on like season 7, and I'm like, I don't want to take her through season 8. Yeah, but anyway, the thing I was talking about was yesterday anyway was I predicted two things. I predicted that Jon Snow was not a Snow, which was correct, and I predicted that Tyrion Lannister was gonna be was gonna sit on the Iron Throne.
Which was incorrect.
That one was
Though I
incorrect,
kind
but
of. Also, I'm so mad at the very end of that show when they're like the very last episode, the very ending, when they're talking about how the Maesters had written the book, A Song of Ice and Fire, and it's um, and they say that Tyrion is hardly mentioned. He was the hand for like 4 kings. What the fuck do you mean he's hardly mentioned? There aren't many people who would have more of an impact on the history of Westeros than Tyrion goddamn Lannister.
right?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? I don't. That part I never understood. I know history gets told by the victors, but Tyrion is the victor. What do you mean? He's literally currently the hand of the king.
True.
I don't understand. Ugh. So ridiculous, dude.
I like Tyrion. I think my two favorite characters though was Jon Snow and Arya. Arya
Well, it was
Stark.
Jon Snow until he stopped being Jon Snow. And whatever it was, seasons like 6 through 8 became this thing where as soon as you met Daenerys, you started suffering from dumb bitch syndrome. Like, Tyrion meets Daenerys and becomes the dumbest motherfucker in Westeros. Jon Snow meets Daenerys, becomes the dumbest motherfucker in Westeros. It's like, what happened?
You want to know what drove?
That actually just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. The other thing that didn't make sense to me about that is, Arya, she ultimately ends up being the one that kills the Ice King or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
I don't understand how, like, when they're in that big fight scene or whatever. Spoiler alert. Like, should have said that a little bit ago, but anyway, when they're going through that big fight scene and stuff, and she's like super badassy running along the roof and killing shit, super badass, and then all of a sudden she like ends up you know, inside the building, and she's all of a sudden getting all scared and shit after the Hound like saves her or whatever, and she's getting all freaked out and scared and runs around like she's lost. Like, that doesn't make any sense. She grew up there. Why the fuck does she act like she's lost?
Yeah. So it's that, but also, why is she the one that kills the Night King?
I always thought Jon Snow should have been, but
The whole point of all of it is the prince that was promised has to do it. And I'm not saying that it had to be a dude. It had to be Danny or John, and that's it.
right.
Because the prince who was promised had to be a Targaryen. It had to be. That was the whole point. The only two Targaryens who that could be are John or Danny. And I didn't care which. If it would have been Danny that kills the Night King, I would have been like, okay. Princess that was promised. That means nothing to me. A prophecy that misread could have been fucking Yoda in my head again. Like, what? It had to be a Targaryen.
So did you read the books?
I've read some of the books, but not entirely.
I read the books.
Yeah.
So, did you know that like their mother, Arya's mother or whatever.
Yeah.
She,
Catelyn. Yeah.
Yeah, Catelyn. Um, she in the books becomes a White Walker
Yes, I did know that.
and like helps the like ends up helping her
Because
children.
she was forced to be the one who brought Jon Snow. Well, Jon Snow's not brought back to life yet in the books, but he will be, and it's
Yeah.
basically set up to where she has to bring back the only child she never loved.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
there's a beautiful poetry to that.
Uh-huh.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Uh-huh. But like I didn't like that they superseded that or kind of had that like so their uncle or whatever.
Yeah,
The fuck is
I
his
know who.
name?
I can't
Anyway,
remember, but yeah.
he's the one that ends up coming back pretty much as the White Walker. Like he's definitely not alive
Yeah.
and saves.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I didn't like that part. In the books, I think it would if they'd kind of followed the books a little more on that part, it would have been a little better for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you would never read the books, it would be fine. But I read the books and I was like, oh, that's fucking badass. And then they kind of, I don't know. It
Yeah.
was kind of a buzzkill because I was expecting, you know, a little more out of that little
Yeah.
twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But all in all, Game of Thrones was pretty badass for its time.
it was a great show until the end. And then
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't know who the prince that was promised like truly should have been. I just know it shouldn't have been Arya. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And that's not a show. I loved Arya.
Mm-hmm.
That was not her place. And I
No.
also I will never understand how she apparently sprinted through all of the White Walkers
Right.
and nobody noticed. Like the only guy that noticed was after she was already gone because his hair kind of moved and he, huh? Like what? What do you mean? Most badass people of all time. Well, people with air quotes, and
Yeah.
you just let this happen. My glasses are all dirty. It happens. I need new glasses so bad.
I did love the scene where Arya was like, where what's his fuck? He's like, "Where are my boys? They need to be in here. Where are my boys?" And she's like, "They're right in front of you." And he like looks at the, I don't know, was it like cake or pie or whatever the hell he was eating. There's like a finger in it.
That's not even the best part of the scene.
And then she goes on to kill them all. She poisons them all.
Yeah, I was gonna say the best part of all of that is because she leaves the one daughter alive,
Uh-huh.
and her whole little, when they ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them winter came for House
Yep.
Frey. Ugh.
That was great. Yeah.
That was so sick. That version of Arya was sick. She should have killed everybody except for the Night King.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I'm even down for her to be the one to take out Cersei. Genuinely.
Right.
Like let her do all of it. I don't care.
Right.
It's just the one part because it doesn't fit this whole prophecy that the whole show is based around.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if it's Dany, I'm cool with that. How would she have done it? Because I don't think we've ever seen her use a weapon. I don't know. Maybe with a dragon. Maybe standing in the path of the fire between the Night King and then, Dracarys, because fire cannot kill a dragon.
Right.
It's the whole thing. Which also explains so much else from earlier in the show, but none of that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we also got into an argument who the best swordsman was.
You're wrong.
And
so is she probably.
Well, he technically.
Oh God! For some reason in my head I thought we were talking about you and your girlfriend.
No.
My bad.
No.
I forgot who we were talking about in the scenario.
No. So
who's the best swordsman?
Well, we had an assortment of people. You had the Kingslayer.
Okay.
We had Jon Snow.
Okay.
Then we had the guy from God damn it. I just had it and I just thought of it and now I can't think of it.
I don't know.
From the Sandy area, um, Bravos.
Oh, Pedro Pascal's character?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I
We
can't.
had him.
The Viper is all I can remember, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But basically, oh, and then we had Brianna Tarth.
No, because you're leaving out the
But
two greatest swordsmen to ever live, Sir Arthur Dane and Sir Barristan Selmy.
oh yeah, shit.
The two greatest swordsmen to ever live, and that's it. I know, but Ned Stark beat Sir Arthur Dane until, you
Ah,
get the flashback,
really?
because no, he didn't. He needed somebody to stab Sir Arthur Dane in the back to beat him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. Arthur Dane is truly the greatest swordsman of all time. And then I think Sir Barristan Selmy's right there. And then Jon Snow, maybe.
Yeah.
I would tend to lean. I don't think the Viper would actually count because he's not the best with a sword. I don't know. It might be Jamie, though. After that,
Right.
Arthur Dane
Like
was different.
Jamie before he lost his hand, maybe.
Well, no, just like, yeah, well, before he lost his hand for sure.
That was a
After he
stipulation.
doesn't
It had to
count.
be before he lost his hand, because
Yeah.
after that, he becomes like almost the worst.
Yeah. That's another one of my favorite scenes with John and Ramsay.
Oh yeah,
There doesn't need to be a war.
yeah.
Only
Only
thousands of
only
men
one
don't
needs
have to
to die.
die. Only one of us.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
He basically made him look like a pussy in front of all
yeah,
his
but
men.
Ramsay's also like, the stories I've heard, they say you're basically the greatest swordsman to ever live. Now, I don't know if that's true. What I do know is my army can beat yours. I don't know that I can beat you, which you couldn't beat him, Ramsay.
Yeah, yeah.
Promise.
He would have got fucked
Oh
up.
my god, I can already tell you the Lions' new uniforms are bad, by the way.
Oh man.
No accents at all.
Oh man.
They released a teaser, and they look exactly the same as what they already wear.
What if they
I
are just?
really hope that teaser is just fake. I
I
know
hope
it's
that yeah,
posted by them, but it's not. I hope that it's just subverting expectations.
yeah. They could be. I don't know. NFL teams like to
It's the
prove people
Lions.
sometimes.
They're going to have changed nothing and
It's true.
be like, it's different now. It's worse, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
bad.
differently worse.
So bad. Ugh. Why is Xbox Game Pass trending on Twitter? What game are we passing?
Nobody knows.
What are you talking about? I don't understand people. I don't know if that's true either. Um, yeah, I don't know. People trying to pretend that the Xbox is better than the PlayStation when so far no real thing has proven that to be.
Neither one's great. PC's where to go.
True.
These are great.
But, I mean, it depends, though. Consoles are great, too, at their price point. That's the thing. I mean, a PlayStation's, half the price of a PC that is going to be truly better. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like you can do a lot more with a PC than you can any kind of console.
that you can.
There's
That you
multiple
can.
functions for a PC. And here in one thing here in I think September or August, I might have to have my sister come and chit chat with us
Oh, why?
because she'll be home.
Will she want to be on the internet like that?
I don't see why not. On the she's like on the PCs all the time anyway, computers.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. There's a big difference between just hanging out and hanging out in a, like, podcast or video or
Oh no,
stream form where there's
she
an
she
audience.
originally like there for a while. She was like DJing and like was
Oh,
on the internet a lot. So I don't know. So it would be something I would talk to her about if she ever was interested or something, because she's going to be here and she's going to be bored, and the only thing she does is sit here and work from her computer. So we're also sounds like we're going to be getting Elon Musk internet.
why?
Also, we will
Why?
still I'll still have my current
I was gonna say
internet, but
you're gonna still want Visionary because
I know.
Starlink
That's what I was
is
telling
weird.
her. I was telling well, she her lifeline is her internet
Sure,
basically. That's what she does for a living. She's like, I can't be on a Zoom call and lose internet or something. And I said, well,
you're
for
more
the most
likely to
part,
lose internet with Starlink than you are with what we have.
right. I told her that our internet, for the most part, is pretty reliable. I mean, the most we ever had is every once in a while it would cut out for like a couple minutes or something like that, and
And it's very rare.
it's rare, yeah. And I told her, I said, you know, there's only been one time I can think of that we lost internet for like 15 minutes and then they had it back up, and that was after we had like a tower failure
Yeah, and
over
a
in Denver or
central
something.
node in Denver failed,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
everybody was without internet.
yeah. And so I told her, I said, if she wants to get Starlink and have that as, her backup, or even use it as her main or whatever, whichever one she seems to think is more reliable, she can have that. But she can also have the option to switch to our internet also, if she needed to. And so she's like, okay, well that makes me feel a little better, because she's like really nervous about, you know, she understands that Wyoming isn't quite technologically advanced like living in the big cities.
Sure.
So I told her, I said, I think the internet speed's not going to be a problem. The internet speed is, fine for what she's going to be doing, because it'll just be Zoom calls basically with clients, and you know, moving multi-million dollars from place to place. And that's pretty much all she does.
Huh.
So, but it requires constant internet because she has to monitor everything at all times too. So,
I don't understand why people listen to this guy. So Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk said the
mhm.
Vikings need to pay Justin Jefferson now or trade him to someone who will. The Vikings could just end this narrative by making an investment in Jefferson now. Until they do, it's possible they'll give up and trade him. The reason they haven't made the investment is because Justin Jefferson wants to wait until the quarterback situation is known. Everybody has always said there won't be a conclusion reached until training camp. Stop it. Nobody cares. Fucking moron. Sorry.
It's
Ugh.
funny that, for people who their whole claim is that they know sports, and then they talk about sports and seem to like know nothing at all times. Seems to like that's supposed to be your thing. Don't you think doing a little more research would
Don't
be,
you think just having a brain would be important?
well, that too, but
Shots fired.
I don't know. I don't think it takes a brain to Google something and go, oh, this is what's happening. And this is why these things aren't happening. I don't know. I don't have the most brilliant brain in the world, but I know I can Google stuff pretty quickly
Right?
and find out information.
Or just, I don't know, not be afraid to ask someone who might know more than you.
Right. Well, but that would be admitting the fact that you know less than someone else, and people think that's a bad thing, I
Depending
guess.
on what we're talking about, I do. I know a lot less about a lot of things than a lot of people.
Right.
But
Am I going to claim to know somebody, know
hey,
more
man,
about
I know
voting or
more
options
about
and
being a
looking
ditch
at
rider
than
than you do. Let me tell you.
yeah, that's about right. That's about.
What?
I mean, ditch riding is pretty simple, but
I don't know. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
know.
I mean, shit. I had like 3 days of training my first time ditch riding, and they were like, "There you go, have fun." I figured it out. It's not rocket science.
Might be.
It can be difficult. The hardest part is dealing with people because you got really really good, understanding, helpful people, and then you got people that are just make your life miserable and like to make things harder and can't seem to leave anything alone. It's like just don't touch things and I will get things regulated and then everybody will be happy. But no, because you touched everything, it screws everything up and now I gotta restart. Thanks a lot.
So once the the official schedule. Oh no, it's not. Once the official schedule for the Vikings in 2024 is out, you want to make a trip to Minnesota and watch a game?
Maybe.
Because this is the type of thing we could just fly up on a Sunday, or fly up on a Saturday, fly home on a Sunday, and you could go to
Yeah,
work the next day if needed.
that would suck, but
Eh, if it was an afternoon game, it would be fine. If it was a
right.
late game, it would suck.
I would probably take the next day off because
Yeah, I'd rather fly in on Sunday, go to the game, fly out Monday. If I was going
yeah,
to do that, like let's spend, after the game, let's go check out the Mall of America.
right.
Now that I'm old enough and I have enough money to do something at the Mall of America.
True.
But I don't know what game would be fun. I mean, Vikings Packers is always a good time. The Texans are going to be there. Oh my god. Never mind. I know what game we should try to go to. I don't know what time or what day or what year it'll be. But the Falcons are going to Minnesota. Cuzzo's coming back.
Oh boy.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think you'll find
Ever
a
gets
game that year that'll be louder. Because they're going to want to get in Cuzzo's head so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hear a loud stadium? I'll show you one. Minnesota's insane.
Yeah. Well, it is the loudest stadium in the
Technically, the
NFL, isn't it?
Chiefs hold that record because they broke the record for the loudest moment in a sports stadium, which is weird because that's not always measured. I would bet the Minneapolis Miracle was
I was about to say.
different.
I'm pretty sure the TVs at that time almost cracked because of the loudness from the speakers.
My TV almost cracked just because I was screaming. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! And stuff. But yeah. So interesting.
Wish the Bills would have a miracle. I want to be excited, damn it.
Tough. Just missed the field goal again. Oh, and then in
Yeah.
2026, we have to make a trip to Minnesota for sure. Josh Allen will be in Minnesota again.
Oh. Gonna watch Josh Allen, what be damn near 30-year-old Josh Allen hurdle somebody
Or
again?
older. He'd be
Or
older.
older.
How old is he now?
28?
Oh, so he'd be 30, 31, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems like last year he got drafted and now he's fucking 28 already.
Definitely wasn't last year. He's lost to Mahomes in the playoffs like 7 times.
I know. Trust me. I know. You don't have to bring it up, okay?
Yeah, I do.
How's Green Bay for you?
The team we beat 50% of the time. Literally.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. And 50% of the time in the playoffs we beat them too. So
Let's say Bills can beat the Chiefs, no problem.
no,
It's just when
the only
playoff
team we
comes
can't
around.
beat for whatever reason is Philly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about Philly. I almost forget about Philly's existence all the time, and I don't know why.
That's valid, because they're Philly.
I guess. I don't know.
Monkeypox is back? Why? Trending on Twitter.
Oh boy. Gotta love monkeypox.
I don't know, man. I don't love it, actually. Not a fan of that. I don't know. I'm just ready for next week to be over so I can figure out who the Vikings quarterback is and if I have to hate the team or not.
I can almost guarantee you're gonna hate the team.
I hope not, man.
That's all right. The Buffalo
Dubai's
Bills are gonna be
airport
like
is
half a
flooded?
team next.
Jesus. That's an insane amount of water.
Speaking of flooding, we got a shitload of rain yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
My brother got over an inch of rain at his place.
I would say we got more than that here. Our entire driveway was a lake.
Well, yeah, but it could sprinkle and your driveway's a fucking lake.
Oh, no.
It seems like every time I wash my truck and I gotta go pick you up, your driveway's got water in it now.
Well, that's just because when you wash your truck, all the water from washing it ends up in my driveway.
I swear to God, sometimes I notice.
I
Somehow
think
it just like disappears here and like reanimates in your driveway. Just mud everywhere.
yeah, for sure. For
I'm about
sure.
ready to like steal our truck and our excavator and our dozer and come in and rebuild your fucking road.
It won't matter. We've done that
Well,
before.
I'm gonna take the road and make it from this and make it this.
I don't
You
think
know,
that'll
so the
work
water
the way
doesn't
you think it will.
so the water doesn't pool up in the a lake bed like your driveway is. I'll make it so it's the water runs off the road into the on the side, and road can still exist.
The
Maybe
Acolyte
I'll
aims to include a lightsaber fight that tops the Darth Maul duel in Phantom Menace.
good fucking luck. Good luck. I would love to see it, but I'm skeptical about that one.
Yeah.
I
Elon
heard it was
Musk,
supposed to be pretty good though.
I hope so. Elon Musk was at some sort of event yesterday and was
Oh,
taking
wonderful.
pictures doing a bunch of really cheap Fortnite emotes for some reason.
Oh.
Like all the 200 V-Buck ones that kind of suck. You know? And all it looks like is that dude really wants to be Tony Stark, but is really just Justin Hammer, and that's tough.
Well, can't knock him for trying.
I can, actually.
Well, I guess. I'm not going to knock him because he has a lot more money than I do, so.
Who cares? That means nothing. He also came from a rich family. Being rich because your family was rich doesn't make you smart. Doesn't make you better than me. That means you got really lucky, you little bitch.
Wish I was lucky.
Yeah, me too, dog. Me
I don't
too.
even have to be rich. I just wish I owned land. That's all I want.
That
Literally could have a shack with a leaky roof, and
I
as
want
long
this
as
to
it's
happen.
10,000 acres.
So LeBron James this year shot a career best 41% from three.
Huh.
So he's still improving in year 21. I want to start a very disingenuous campaign for LeBron to win most improved player in year 21. Slight hint of genius though, but just it's a little disingenuous. But come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Most improved player, the GOAT. It would be funny. It would be funny.
It would indeed.
Bro muted. Oh no, he didn't. The way you set something down sounded like he muted.
Nope. Just threw my phone onto my desk and it rattled everything.
Nice. Nice.
Uh,
All right. I don't know if we got anything else to talk about.
I just hope it recorded.
It definitely didn't. I never even thought about pushing record this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. Well, I think that's all we got. So, Helldivers 2 developer says melee weapons are a plausible addition, but they won't be Star Wars lightsabers. I read that wrong. I thought they were going to be lightsabers, and I was very excited. We don't want to be Fortnite. Actually, maybe you do, actually. If you actually want your game to last very long, you might just want to be Fortnite. That's an actually incredible model to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually. I think people forget that Fortnite has remained one of the 3 most played games in the world for 8 years. That might, or 7 years, whatever. That matters. You've got to, yeah, I don't know. You might want to follow that path just a little. Just a little. Right?
Maybe.
Maybe
I
if
don't know.
Call of Duty had followed that path just a little, people would like Warzone a little more. Did you? I'm glad I said anything else and then realized I had a bunch of shit to say. Did you see my post yelling at Dr. Disrespect?
Yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Disrespect made a post on Twitter talking about Activision pushing water bongs, marijuana, get high levels, drugs, and $100 camos on gamers, but they removed Nick Merck's skin for him saying, leave the kids alone. Activision is ran by a bunch of idiots. Biggest suit and tie phonies in the industry. Well, Doc, I know you don't wear a suit and tie, but you do wear a wig and a tactical vest. So you're the biggest wig and tactical vest phony in the industry. Because if you actually wanted to make a point about Call of Duty being bad, you wouldn't buy every single bundle that has ever existed. You wouldn't only play that game to make your money. And you wouldn't sit there and pretend Call of Duty is the only good game to exist because you only play that every day. And then you scream about why is every video game so bad? No, Doc, you're just a loser. And I'm very mad because I wanted to finish that tweet off really, really rude. I was like this far from, after hitting him with the you're just as much of a phony as they are. I had it typed out. It was just, why don't you just go cheat on your wife again or something?
Ooh.
Like, you don't get to act like the good guy here, Doc. Ever. Because you're not. I was this close.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know we were close to the kitchen, but I didn't realize we were dead center of the kitchen.
I pulled
Jesus
back a little. I pulled back a little. I pulled my punch so it would just knock him out, not kill him. It's okay. Why don't you go cheat on your wife again or something? Whew. That might have caused me some problems in the future. And it might, because I just brought it up on the podcast, but I don't care.
Yeah. At least you said it in person instead of typing it out.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy to talk shit when you're typing. It's not as easy to talk shit when you're, actually saying it.
Oh, well, that was the last thing I really needed to yell about. Dr. Disrespect. You don't get to do that. Be super disingenuous anyways and then pretend like everybody else is the problem. It's like, no, you're the bad guy. You've always been the bad guy.
Yeah.
Ask your wife. Also, MKBHD made a video reviewing this weird new AI lapel pin thing. And his title on YouTube is said the worst product I've ever reviewed for now.
Huh.
some guy is like, I find it distasteful, almost unethical to say this when you have 18 million subscribers. Hard to explain why, but with great reach comes great responsibility. Potentially killing someone else's nascent project reeks of carelessness. First, do no harm. I don't think you understand what a reviewer's job is.
Mm-hmm.
It is my job as a reviewer, if I eat your food, to tell you your food is shit. If it's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is not my job to tell you your food is shit because I don't like you. That's not how that works. I don't like lots of companies, but if they make a good game and I review it, I'm going to tell you it's a good game. And then I'm going to tell you I still wouldn't buy it because it's an EA game, but tough. Or whatever company. I'm not just taking shots at EA. Lots of companies are bad. But yeah, I don't think the dude understands what his job is. And then he's like, why didn't you use the same title on X as you did on YouTube? Because they ask for different things. The audiences demand different things.
Mm-hmm.
Titles are different on different platforms. That's how it works. Yeah. So
A lot
goofy.
of confident shit talkers out there.
Yeah, right. But it's wild. The amount of people who get mad at reviewers for reviewing. It's like, that's his job. It's my job. That's your job. Sometimes that's your job. When we go try fast food items, it is your job to say, this fucking sucks. Or, hey, this is awesome. Or anywhere in between. I don't know how often we hit them with the this fucking sucks, but it happens.
Yeah.
Like that fish taco. Or like when I hit them with that for the stupid Arby's spicy roast beef thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it wasn't actually flavor. Like, it wasn't like spicy. It was just gross. It tasted bad.
It was just like oil.
Yeah, it was bad. It is bad. Ugh. Oh yeah, and then I bought a jersey from a website that supposedly sells better, or like NFL jerseys that are like kind of close to the real thing, and I thought it would be better. Let me show you this thing real quick. Yap for just a second.
Oh, well, why do you make me do this? You know I'm out of shit to say. Yeah, crackhead.
So the purple is slightly off. You won't be able to tell on video, but the purple is slightly off, and the numbers are tiny.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, the purple's slightly off. I don't think most people would notice. I notice, but that's because I'm me. Also, this jersey is the same size as every other jersey I own. Fits about the way a large would. It looks like I was poured into the jersey. It's a little tough. Not ideal. So, guess I'm going to give that one away. Yeah. I don't know if it would fit you. Yeah. So that was tough. That was tough. Ridiculous.
What you get for buying knockoff brands.
Yeah, but the real brand sucks too. So I don't know.
I guess you're just El Fuckoed.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like $20 though, so I'm not that worried. Pretty tough though. Pretty tough. Maybe next time. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if I'll try again. Though I do have more coming from that website from different sellers, so we'll see if that matters. But for right now, no good.
Yeah. Well, we should probably go do the game of some sort.
I guess. So I think that'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.